A very good evening from India. I am Dr. Vasavi Acharya, and today we are here to launch the ECDF EdClan, which is our quarterly education journal. And this is the third issue of EdClan, and it's a pleasure to release this third issue because our main objective is to empower educators and nurture young minds. This is, in fact, ECDF's first anniversary edition, for which reason it's slightly thicker than our other editions that are already published. And we are so glad to feature all the awardees of the ECDF Pinnacle Education Awards 2020 in this issue. The new face of education in COVID times, that is what the journal is focusing on. And we all know that there has been a paradigm shift in the realm of education. And we all have embraced this transition, and while doing so, we obviously have staggered many times, handheld, learned from each other, but yes, we've all made it. Kudos to all the educators, to all the children and the parents out there for forging ahead in these most trying times. Well, today we have in our midst some of the article contributors, I would say, I mean, those who wrote for this edition of EdClan, and I welcome them all on board. And a few, probably one or two would be joining us eventually. And I think without sparing any time, let us just have the first glance of EdClan third issue. And I request Indrani to do the, to unveil the journal.
Sure, ma'am. Is it visible?
Yeah, I think you have to reduce the size because half is only visible, or you have to make it full screen. Yeah, and reduce the size of the page. It's a bit more, and a little more. Yeah, I think this will do. Yes. So this is our cover, which we have already been posting. And so we move ahead, Indrani. This is a quick glance of the journal, and we will come back to it. But let us first talk with few of our invited guests today. So first we have with us Rabia Bhatia joining us from Delhi. And Rabia has written on early childhood care and education post-COVID must include value-creating pedagogy consisting of happiness and goals of education. So Rabia, what do you have to, what did you have in mind while writing this piece?
Dr. Vasavi, and hi. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Vasavi for inviting me on this of EdClan. I really congratulate you and wish you all the best. Dr. Vasavi, while writing this article, the only thing which came to my mind was, that point of time, the NAB was about to release. And somewhere everybody was aware that yes, it might include the life skills as well as the value creation curriculum also, which is missing for so many years. And if you talk about the surroundings, if you talk about whatever is happening around the globe, around the world, around the country even, there is something which is missing, which is like happiness of the each individual. And if our education system doesn't talk about the happiness of each individual, then we are failing it as a society. And if our education system is not taking it as a priority, then we are the marks, results. Now, because the NAP has been released, we all know based on real life carry more weightage because of the fact that the students will learn what is relationship, how to collaborate, what is creative thinking, what is critical analysis, analytical thinking. So these are the major factors which must be there in each individual's life to build a character, to become a better human being, and to have a team bonding as well as to create peace and happiness across the globe. So this was the only reason why I thought that these are the things which must be included, which creates a value in someone's life, which creates a value in our society, which creates a value across the globe. When there is no value of a particular education system, why are we studying even? What is the point of those degrees, and are we carrying those degrees when we have to go for job or when we have to work together? Does that does those marks carry any weightage? Whether you have got 70% or 80%, no, but your attitude talks about you. Your marks doesn't talk about, your attitude talks about you. And if you doesn't have that compassionate heart, your willingness to accept the feedbacks which you get and improve yourself, there is no point of studying, there is no point of this kind of education curriculum which doesn't have the value creation education. So this was the only reason I thought about writing this article. And in fact, I have created a small curriculum basis on the same thing, and which is talks about all the life skill values, so that our education system can be enhanced with moral values, which is most importantly has to be there for the society, for the world. That's all. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, Rabia. I'm sure the readers would love your article, and they are going to implement, whatever is given there and take cues on that. Coming to Brooks. Brooks is joining us from Texas. Thank you, Brooke, for joining. And you have written about empowering early childhood teachers to successfully deliver instruction to special needs children. And we are all into inclusive education. We deliver, we actually work with children with special needs. So what are the a few cues that you would want to share with teachers or educators who are watching us now?
Thank you, Dr. Vasavi. Yeah, definitely one of the first things I always recommend to teachers when working with children who need extra support in the classroom is to collaborate with the parents. The parents, they're going to give the teacher a lot of tools that they don't have worked at home that the teacher can try in the classroom. And that way the teacher can start building a toolkit for what they can do anytime the child may be overstimulated, how to calm the child down, and things like that. So that's first and foremost, the first thing a teacher should do is definitely get the parents involved to see how you can make a plan to greater support the child. Another thing is cue cards. You know, when you're working with diagnosis like autism or ADHD, everyone's going to communicate in a different type of way. So visual cards are going to be very helpful because then the child's going to know exactly what you want them to do. Even things as simple as having a shh card whenever it's time to be quiet, showing them what's coming up next, like using transition cards. For example, like now we're going to go to the playground and have a picture of the playground and show them where you want them to go. Another thing is sensory support. A lot of times, little kids, they like to play and they get a little noisy in the classroom, and sometimes that can be very detrimental to someone who has sensory stimulation that doesn't work for them, right? So hopefully the teacher has already talked to the parents about the child's needs. And if they do get overwhelmed with sensory stimulation, like loud noises, they can use something like headphones. If they have trouble following directions or following in a line, then you can also put arrows on the floor so that they have that visual sensory cue so that they know where to go throughout the classroom, and this helps everything flow better. So just, it can be overwhelming if someone doesn't have the proper tools of how to work with children with special needs, but it is with a little help and support from parents, a little research about how you can, just make the child more independent. And it just helps the classroom overall, and it helps the child feel more included into the classroom, and so that they don't stand out as much in a negative way. So those are some of the points that I would really recommend for teachers. And, there's many, many more, so tons of things that they can do. Those are just a few snippets.
Thank you, Brooke. That was lovely. And before we go ahead, I mean, I would want to ask Meenakshi, but I request Indrani to give another glance of the journal, and let us just keep this, the longer version, because she showed us the shorter version in the beginning because we were just starting. So Indrani, you can give a glance of the journal once again.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, sure. Maybe I'll have to minimize the size, ma'am.
Yes, you need to. Yeah, I think this is great. So this is the final release, and I congratulate the team that was working on this. And quickly have a, you can just scroll down quickly. And we have all the expert speaks lined up, and then we have a feature article which basically covers the global conclave that we had in around September, August, and that was a 2-day long conclave where a lot of ideas were shared, and it was really, really, there was a lot of takeaways for the educators. So we shared that the details of the conclave over there, all the takeaways, and yes, I think I can see. I saw Meenakshi and here Rabia, and we have the awardees also in this issue. We have covered all the ECDF events that we had in these last 3 months. Okay, so I think we have got a more than, yeah, these are the awardees who are featured. So I think Indrani, you can stop sharing the screen, and I would want to. Thank you so much, Indrani. And coming to Meenakshi, Meenakshi has written on early childhood education and care in the post-COVID times. And that was a really interesting read. So Meenakshi, state 3 pointers that you quickly want to share with the viewers today.
First of all, very much congratulations to ECDF, all family members, all the people who have contributed in it. And you know, like little children, to be very honest, it is like during this COVID period, like it is actually taken a toss. Their life has taken a toss because they were so freely, like, you know, they love to touch, feel. And this is actually, COVID is actually something like something very big and something very scary for these little children, because they are growing while touching, texture and everything. So, you know, and they're so, and the biggest thing, you know, the loss of their, these children are like their social and emotional content. Like, you know, the skills, socially and emotional development, because when the child is growing, we are making them social and emotional confident. So during this time, it has gone for a toss. So, you know, for with the parents or with the teachers, for anybody who are dealing with these young children. So I personally want or ask people to be open to listen, like, you know, just listen to them, allow the child talk freely, ask them open-ended questions, and you know, that's how we can find out how much the child knows about whatever he's or she is talking about. So, you know, put them questions like not the close-ended questions. Ask options like agar aise nahi hota, like, you know, like if this is not possible like this way, then how it will go that way, or if I'll give you another option. So, you know, be patient while talking to a child, because this is a totally a new dimension for that child, because the child is, and during the virtual classes also, the child is just looking at your face and they are talking, and they don't know like in person how you feel, the warmth, because children are very much used to that warmth. Secondly, always be honest, you know, no matter like, you know, how that gonna be end, but according to the child's age, be truthful to the questions, whatever the child is asking, be true to whatever he's asking. So, you know, make them understand how much they could understand according to their age, not too much elaboration of whatever explanation you're giving, but be true to their questions, always answer truthfully to them. And lastly, be supportive. Everybody be supportive to those children, because they might be confused, they might be scared, but they are not able to express those feelings, because now the life has become this box. I am dealing with you with this box. I don't know, like my teacher or my friend, how they're gonna be. Like the play dates are now like we are looking at each other via this computer and laptops. So the life has become too much, like, you know, going in public or going when the relatives and everybody and coming, and they're just scared that they don't want to shake hands, that they don't. So let's be supportive. Don't go nagging on them that you are not doing that, you're not doing that, you're not saying you are a bad boy or a bad girl, you're not saying hello. So give them space, and let them share. If they're screaming at somebody, it's okay to scream, because they don't know how to vent it out. Because now, as I already spoke about this, that the life has become, this box is the life. You're going on a play date, mothers are scared that no, you're not touching anything, so play, talk to your friend like this. So that warmth I'm feeling and that caring, right now it is on the minus level. So be supportive to that, and keeping all the aspects in the mind, that be with your child, like, and be with that child and understand the plight of that child. We can express our feelings, that I'm feeling frustrated or I'm feeling scared. The child cannot, because that's how they grow up. They grow up learning. So yeah, so be supportive, be honest to your children, and always listen to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Meenakshi. And we have almost come to the end of the release of this journal, the third issue of EdClan, and we'll be coming up with the next issue in January. Articles are invited. We are already, giving out messages. And I thank each and everyone for joining us today. And my special thanks to Meenakshi, Rabia, Brooke. A few of our writers were not able to join us. And the e-journal will be available from today onwards, and do get in touch with us for a e-copy of the same. You can mail us at ecdfinfo2019@gmail.com, or leave your email IDs in the Facebook chat so that we can get back to you. And thank you so much, and it was a great evening, and have a great evening ahead, and a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Brooke.
Bye-bye.